Finally tonight, making a difference. A woman who's changed the lives of hundreds of young people with a theater group she founded in Miami. Our report tonight from NBC's Mark Potter.
At a Miami School for the Arts, an exuberant rehearsal for a musical with a message.
Peace is the way to go. You gotta know how to get it on the floor. Lord, stand by.
The young cast are members of Voices United, a multicultural theater group funded by donations and grants.
1, 2, 1, 2.
It was formed 20 years ago by Katie Christie when she was just 17.
What makes it work is that I'm really listening to the kids. They really do have a place where they feel safe.
Voices United promotes cultural understanding, and Katie has more than 1,000 alumni.
Nothing but love makes you do something like that.
Voices United sprang from Katie's own childhood. Of mixed-race heritage and adopted, she was long confused about her identity. But in a teenage theater company, she found friends and a voice.
Everybody's gonna go, doom, doom.
Which inspired her to start her own group.
Attention.
And I knew, like, aha, this is something I can, like, make a difference using my art.
But as important as the work is here on stage, the real goal of Voices United is to address important issues off stage.
Step across the line if you know someone who is abusing drugs.
In workshops, the students are urged to open up about all that bothers them and to find support from the group.
Nobody judges us. We can be whoever we want to be, no matter what.
Daddy, I miss you.
And from that support has come powerful art. This scene is about a young girl's fear for her father, who's off to war.
Daddy, I love you.
A heartfelt concern from a young cast with a voice of its own now. Mark Potter, NBC News, Miami.
You can find out much more on the Voices United program on our website, nightly.msnbc.com. That's NBC Nightly News for this Saturday. I'm Lester Holt reporting from New York. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Today, then right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
I'm adopted. I grew up in an experience where everyone around me looked different than I did. So my family is white, and I'm brown or mixed, and I really never knew who I was, and I never even wanted to ask because my parents always told me, like, it's a wonderful thing that you're adopted and you're great and special and fabulous, and we love you just like everybody else, you're just the same. But all the while, you know, I was experiencing prejudice from all different sides and not really knowing what to do with it. I grew up doing musical theater. After my junior year in high school, my mom had found this program called Peace Child, where you go to the Soviet Union, then it was the Soviet Union, and perform with Soviet children. So I went there for a month and performed a show with Latvian kids, and it really changed my life. For the first time, I really felt like my singing mattered. And it wasn't even like I was singing in English, you know, but I would look out into the audience and see people crying, you know, and I knew, like, aha, this is something I can, like, make a difference using my art, performing and talking about, you know, these issues that are important to me, because it seems to get to people's heart.
You need to give them a beat.
I came home and it was, you know, right before my senior year, and I was like, I'm gonna start a program like this in Miami, and everybody thought I was crazy. In the very first year, it was about nuclear war, because this was like in the late 80s, and that was traditionally what the Peace Child program was about. But the following year, we started doing a show called City at Peace, and we started attracting more and more young people from all over the community, and the program grew and grew. Voices United is an effort to give young people a voice in the community.
Peace is the way to go. You gotta know how to get it on the floor.
To talk about the things that are on their mind, and also to bring people together from different cultures.
Step across the line if you know someone who is abusing drugs.
What happens behind the scenes, off the stage, is that these kids are learning about each other. They're creating like their own family, their own place that's like very safe for them to deal with the things that they deal with in their everyday life. And they're learning that although those people come from different parts of the community and they have different experiences, a lot of their experiences are the same. And it starts to bring them together.
Attention.
And they build this bond that literally lasts a lifetime. I have kids that were in this program years ago and they're still together. They're working with me and our relationships are strong. They're friends all across the country.
I started as one of the students, one of the kids in the show, and I did it continually through 12th grade. Came back, as an alumni to try and help out at times, and now I actually have sons, 2 boys, 7 and 9, that are in the show. So I've seen the program from every single aspect. There are tons of things that I think you learn from it as a young person. In the immediate, what we see in the children that are in the program is an increase in their self-esteem, an increase in their ability to be able to examine themselves and to express that examination. And later on, what we see is, in alumni like myself, is an ability to take that learning and that education into adulthood. And I think that's the success of the program.
Knees together.
The most important thing in the Voices United program is the process. We're going through all these workshops and exercises all throughout the process, and that the kids are really writing it. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Girl, ain't no way. What's wrong?
They're really doing all the writing. And I think that is really, really unique.
Daddy, I miss you.
That's what makes it, I think, so powerful when it's over, is because like, wow, this is really what these kids are feeling and believing, and it really brings you a feeling of hope.
Daddy, I love you.
A lot of times we look around and we're like, oh my gosh, what's happening in the world? Where are things going? But you see these kids come together from all over the place, and they stand together and they're singing about hope and peace and people coming together and understanding and tolerance, and it's inspiring.